welcome to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk with me, Steven Spence. Today's episode is a very special one to me because he is at one time Hall of Famer.
At one time, Steven? What do you mean one time? It's all the time. By hell, you're going to get knuckle pie if you talk like that, mate.
Welcome to the show, Bushwhacker Luke.
Whoa, g'day folks, how the bloody hell are you out there? I'm on the show with Steven, Turnbuckle Top. I don't know where we're going, but I'm going on his journey right now. So, what's going on, Steven?
I'm going to ask you a few questions and you have to answer them.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you have to.
Boy, if I don't answer them, you're going to put me in what hole are you going to put me on?
A charcoal hole.
Oh, well, I have to answer. Okay, matey. Okay.
My first question is, you are known as many different names in the wrestling community, such as Sweet William, Pretty Boy Floyd, Gorgeous Luke Williams, and of course, Bushwhacker Luke. Which of these most famous names? How did you come up with the different names, and what is the story behind Bushwhacker Names?
The Bushwhacker Luke's name was, we were the sheep herders right before that. We were known as Hardcore before Hardcore became a name brand. Excuse me, folks. And then Vince brought us into the office there, and he said to you, I'd like to make you the good guys. And Butch says, I popped up straight away and said to Vince, why not bring us in as the bad guys and turn us to good guys? And one thing you do not do is tell Caesar, Vince McMahon, what to do. He said, and so Butch went up and he says to Vince, he put his nose about that far from Vince, and he says, if you can make these faces good guys, go for it. You know what Vince said? Look at the mugs on my top baby face. Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They're not the prettiest faces in the world. What are they? Guys I mentioned.
I don't want to get leg dropped.
You don't get, and what about Hacksaw Jim Duggan? You know, with one cross eye.
I've actually met him.
Oh yeah, and Jake the Snake. They're not the prettiest guys, so hence the Bushwhackers were formed. But he gave us a new name because he wanted to own us for the merchandise and all that sort of stuff. But we put the character together. We put the arm. He never said that. He said, "I want you to be between the Moondogs and the sheep herders." And we put the arm swinging and the head licking and all the gaga together. Now, all the other names beforehand, mate, they all came up. At first, I started wrestling as a pretty boy, and I was known as Gorgeous Teddy Williams, and then I went to Sweet William. That Jim Barnett, the American promoter, changed my name to Sweet William in Australia in about 1966. And then we came to the States, and names were changed, you know, but we always had it was the Kiwis, New Zealand Kiwis when we come over to the side of the world. Then it came to the sheep herders in 79, then 88, 79, and then 1988 it changed to the Bushwhackers. So here you are, you've got the whole run there, mate. What do you say to that? Now what's the next one, Steven?
My second question is, you see many different types of tag teams around in wrestling, from mean to tough to one like yours, which is comedic, which made your tag team unforgettable with fans. Why do you think that the comedian route stuck with the fans so much that it made you one of the most iconic tag teams in history? WWE
Well, that was easy. People will forget about the wrestling moves in the ring and all that sort of stuff. But the character, we were, as Jesse Ventura said, and he became the governor of Minnesota. You know who Jesse the Body was? He was there at the start of WrestleMania, and he called us the Marching Morons. People don't forget. People never forget the two guys that looked like brothers marching around and licking heads, and that's how we were remembered. We'll always remember. You're the guys that marched, swinging their arms and entertaining. We entertained, you know, the grandparents right down to the kids. There you are. How about that? Who swings their arms and goes around licking heads? Nobody. Yeah, you got it.
My third question is, On that note of comedic, I'm not that I'm asking to be licked, but I have a question.
Well, anyhow, before you go anywhere with that question, I can't lick you at the moment, Stephen, because COVID's around. And if I licked you, they'd say the bushwhackers having the COVID virus all around the world. And I can't do that, mate. I wouldn't get booked anywhere.
But I have to ask, why did you start licking people as part of your routine?
Routine. Well, I didn't. Butch started that, grabbing them, licking them, and if you notice me, when I grabbed them like this, relax, and I lick the back. I pretend I'm licking them, but I'm licking the back of my hand. Where Butch licked them across the face and all that. And they're all sweaty and dirty and shitty. Here we are, anyhow. I licked the back of my hand.
Okay, story time. What has been your funniest or craziest story from the road?
The road, well, I have quite a few of them. Few of them are around 13, now 16. I can't say them. And that, but Andre the Giant, if he liked you, he liked you. If he hated you, he hated you. Andre would be sitting up in first class in the front of the plane. And you know, I don't know whether you've been in a plane, but right behind the cockpit there's the toilets. And they're so small, you know, right behind there. Andre couldn't get in there. So Andre used to have to come down to the back of the plane and they pull the curtains across and let him go in the bucket. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't go into the toilets of the plane. Now he used to walk down from first class down to the back of the plane and fart all the way. Heavy. When he come back now after being to the toilet or peeing and that, he'd walk to the front of the plane and everybody on the plane would be like this. The smell, Giant was, Andre, everything was big with him, and the smell was big. I'm talking about smell, you would be gagging, coughing, choking.
What?
No, absolutely. Let's move along, matey.
Number 5. Being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame is one of the most amazing things in a wrestler's career. What did it mean to you to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
What did it mean to us? Well, when they rang me up and told me we're going to the Hall of Fame, I said to them over the phone, it's about bloody time. Instead of pleasing them and saying, thank you very much, I said, it's about bloody time. The funny part is there, Stephen, the people up north thought that we started late in wrestling in our life, and they thought when we started with WWF, before WWE, that was our first time wrestling. It wasn't until we were going into the Hall of Fame that I started writing up that we'd been wrestling 30 years or 40 years before that. We started the tag team in 1966. So we've been a tag team for 35 years, 50 years before we entered the Hall of Fame. We'd been from 66, that's 35, 50, and 50, 49 years we've been a tag team before we went in the Hall of Fame.
Then it was about time to get the Hall of Fame.
You're bloody right, mate. It was about time. You're right there, so, you know, and it was good, because it gave us another life. You know, they put you on the Hall of Fame, and then they start showing more videos of you on WWE Network and all that sort of stuff. And of course, it lifts our popularity right back up again. And thank God for the Hall of Fame. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be here with you today. And that's scary. Being with you is bloody scary, mate.
Number 6.
It's number 6. Can you count that far? You've only got 5 fingers on one hand. How can you get to 6? Carry on, baby.
My mom always says age is a state of mind. And you have shown that by still wrestling at 74 years old. What is your favorite part about stepping into the ring now, and what will you miss the most when you retire?
I'm not going to retire, mate. I'm not gonna get. I'm like an ever-ready battery. I'm gonna keep on ticking till I die. Anyhow, yeah, exactly. And no, wrestling's in my blood, and I've been doing it since 1962. Now 62 is 38 years to this century. 38 years, and now that's 59 years, nearly 60 years in January. I've been wrestling, and it's just coming out into the ring, and that's entertaining. When I come through the curtains or the entrance, and my arms swinging, and I look down and I see the people swinging their arms, and when I do whoa and yay and hear them, that lifts me up. You know what I mean? It's that funny part is between you and me, mate. Sometimes, you know what blowing up means when you're out of gas? Sometimes by the time I get into the ring, I need a tank of gas. I'm blowing up. I have to wait for my second wind. How's that? You know what second wind is? Well, second wind is when you're blowing out of gas. Hey, talk to your mother, she'll tell you. You know what I mean? She knows, she'll tell you.
That's gas, that's not burning.
That's when you're not petrol or the gas you put in cars, but our body's gas. I'm talking now, when you start running, and sometimes you keep running till you just have to stop because everything's burning and going. That's what I'm talking about. I march around the ring and giving the people a whoa and the yay. By the time I get into the ring, I've got to wait for a minute for my second wind to come. Now you understand?
Oh, look, when you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in,
Yeah,
breathe out.
and get back. You got it, mate. Do you breathe in and out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. You have to stay alive.
Number 7. If you could offer any advice to young wrestlers, what would it be to help them on their journey?
What would it be to help them? So, well, I first I'd say, fitness is a big thing in life. You've got to be fit, and you've got to be into athletic sports, and then you've got to have charisma. You know, a lot of people are laid back and haven't got, they haven't got the drive. If you want to be a wrestler, you've got to have it in your mind that you want to go to the top. And to go to the top, as Hulk would say, you're going to say your prayers and eat your vitamins. No, you just got to get into athletic shape and be knowledgeable and have charisma. Charisma is a lot of things. Do you know what charisma is? Well, the Bushwhackers have it with a whoa and the yay and getting the people, entertaining them, lifting them up, and that in life. That's it, and have the physical ability to do it in the ring. You know what I mean?
Everybody says I have charisma.
Huh?
Everybody says I have charisma.
Yeah, charisma is a great thing. Mate, if you haven't got the charisma, forget about getting into sport. Even if you're a bad guy, you've got to expel yourself to the people, show them. Because I was a bad guy for a long time. Right up to when I went to 88, from 62 to 88, I was as you call a heel, a villain. But you still got to have charisma to that. You've got to know how to lift the people up and then sit them down and lift them up and sit them down. Here I am giving the inside talk about wrestling. The villain has to learn those sorts of things. And it's best for a wrestler to be a villain before he becomes a good guy, because then he understands the business better. A lot of people have got other ideas, being a good guy and then being a bad guy, but I think it's the other way. What else can help you with, mate?
The last question I have for you today is, I love to tell my viewers to always never give up and be yourself. What advice do you have for my viewers to help them follow their dreams?
Follow their dreams. Work at any job. I'm not only talking about wrestling, is see what direction you want to go into, and nothing's too heavy. Nothing's too heavy to stop you. You've got to set your goals and you've got to go for it. And you're going to hit the wall now and again, drop down, but you get up and you move forward. Because don't let anything beat you. But a lot of things on your way, for you to understand, you hit hurdles. You know when you jump over a hurdle? Sometimes you can. A hurdle's when you jump over a fence. Sometimes when you fall down and you say, F it, I don't want to get up. But you've got to get yourself up and move forward and go for the next hurdle, climb that mountain until you get to the top. Achieve your goals. And the man upstairs helps you. As Hulk would say your prayers to take your vitamins, Stephen.
Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today. See you next time, guys. Never give up and always remember to be yourself. Bye, guys.
Wow! Yay! Oh, this is Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Fame and Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer. And folks, you've got to follow Stephen's journey on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on everything there is on the social media. You got it, folks? Follow. Yay!